having a discussion with somebody at work just before you get on, stream is always a good time. Always a good time. Hello, all. It's Brian. It's literally Monday the sequel. It's just been one of those days where it's been a lot of meetings and a lot of chats. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. One second. Just shared that tidbit. Okay, so hi everyone, how you doing? It's Brian. Just hanging out with you today. We were supposed to, and I apologize for this, we were supposed to have a guest on today to talk about recruiting. Unfortunately, the recruiter is out recruiting at a conference in New York, I think. So he is going to, he has suggested next Friday, the 15th, being the time with which we will bivouac with him and have our little chin wag about those the most seedy of the industry, the recruiting. Even though I think Stuart's actually doing a great job, seems like I think he got it right or is getting it right. So I have to remind myself for interviews like this that I cannot project my feelings about all recruiters onto him. Obviously, he does not represent all recruiters and all types of recruiters. So I have to remind myself not to say, well, why do y'all suck so much? Because maybe he doesn't. So we I have the same kind of hate for like industry analysts that work at Gartner or Forrester or what have you. It's like, yay, and I would love to have somebody from Gartner or Forrester on just talk about why are you the way that you are? Why is that industry the way that it is, where it feels like, you pay, $40,000-$50,000 and you're automatically in the best position possible in your paper. And I somewhat get it. It's you're on any given day. It's kind of like in football where you can be number one in anything as long as you set the right conditions in place, right? If you're, I'm the best person in the world at streaming if you're in San Diego, living on this street, on a Tuesday at 3:00 in the afternoon or 3:30 in the afternoon. I am number one at that. I may not even be number one. I don't know. But it feels like it's either pay to play or it's so specific about certain things. Hello, infosec. How you doing? I appreciate you hanging out. By the way, Ragul930, thank you for following. Thank you for following as well, infosec. Appreciate you, coming and following and watching this miasma of infosec joy coming across the wire to you. So, since we don't have our interview until Friday, and I'm really hoping it's Friday, and I don't get pushed off again, I thought we would continue. Well, I'll look and see if there's any good news out there. One second, let me check my solar. Awesome. Okay, good. It's really fun to actually see things being measured somewhat more properly than it had been. I talked a little bit about that on the last stream, I think, where it's like you don't know what correct is until somebody else tells you, like an uninterested third party or an invested third party tells you, yeah, that's wrong. You need to, do it this way, or this isn't correct, or you're not seeing what's necessary. So, okay, so yeah, I was reading that. Okay, so nothing having to do with infosec, but they have found diamonds. Chinese researchers have turned diamonds into conductors of electricity. I know it's not infosec related, but the first thing I thought of when I thought of this was like, oh wow, we've got our dilithium crystals now. Now we need warp drive. And so it's kind of a cool site, interesting engineering. You go check out and read that. I wouldn't say there's a lot of content there, but for somebody who's doing like a solo RP kind of thing, this is, fodder for future discussions and things. So, let me see. Let me go back to my other bit here. Oh no, that's okay. Yes. Okay. So how y'all doing? InfoSec, how you doing? You having a good day? Is your day over, I hope? Hopefully it's, late at night or something where you're about to go to sleep or whatever. My day is almost over. Does anybody have any good note-taking apps? I've come to the realization that I don't like VS Code, except to do code with, because it seems like every time I want to do something in VS Code, I have to add a new workspace, or if I have 15 tabs open inside of VS Code and I want to open up my Rust workspace to work on some of my Rust stuff, I have to save and close all of the files that were in that system and open up a new workspace, and it's annoying as shit. And I was looking at Cherry Tree because that's what was in Kali Linux for a long time, but it doesn't do Markdown properly. And any of the good Markdown editors are pay for, like Typora or somebody like that. Or it's, generate this stuff and then we'll save it on our own cloud instance over here for you. It's completely secure. I guarantee you. Something called Dillinger was another one that I was looking at, and I was like, oh my God, no, I'm not gonna store my shit in your presumed cloud, even if it is free. If anybody has any thoughts on that, please. I don't know what y'all are using for. God forbid you're using Emacs or something like that. I just ignited the holy war again. So yeah, let's go see what we got going on. Ransomware talent surges to Akira after Lockbit's demise. Okay. Oh, today was Patch Tuesday, by the way. Hey, let's go see what's in Patch Tuesday. Wednesday, Patch Tuesday. Dink. Okay, so Microsoft released their Patch Tuesday for Windows 11 and 10 for Windows 11 users. Brings the changes to the phone link settings page. Okay, nobody gives a shit about that. Rename mobile devices, whatever. New snipping tool feature for Android user. Okay, whatever. As well as support for USB 80 gigabit standard. Wow. Okay, so they've added a few drivers to allow for, 80 gigabit. Holy shit. If you have an Android phone, you'll be able to suggest you to edit pictures you've just taken with the snipping tool app after enabling this Android integration. Blah, blah. Okay, great. 80 gigabit. This latest generation of USB 4 standard offers double the bandwidth of the previous version. It requires a recent PC with a chip that supports it. Right. So if you don't have 80 gigabit USB connection, you won't care. If you have a device that offers cellular connectivity, today's patch will also improve the reliability of cellular to Wi-Fi switching. Okay. Didn't realize that was a thing. This update also addresses an issue preventing PCs from going to sleep when external devices are connected. Oh, hey. That's interesting, because I had an issue like that. I ended up excuse me. Wow, without so much as a by your leave. Well, I guess people just jump up on the chair whenever they want to, huh? Or on the desk. Where are you going? Hey, psst, come back over here. Where are you going? Stop trying to eat that thing. What are you eating? What are you eating? What was that? That's gross. That was paper. What are you eating paper for? You're showing your ass, literally and figuratively, to everybody in the world. What? Oh, well, apparently you don't care, huh? Okay. Well, some people got attitudes. Okay, all right. Are you here to find out about Patch Tuesday? No. Okay. Well, you sit there and clean yourself, and I'll just continue to stream. You know, infosec or whoever our viewer and our lurkers are. So, patch follows the release of the first big Windows 11 update of the year, Moment 5. Okay. For now, Copilot improvements and other features included are only rolling out to Windows 11 users who turned on Get the Latest updates as soon as they're available. Microsoft said most of these new features will be enabled. Oh, there it is. Stream Elements is just taking its sweet ass time there. So, oh, where are you going? Okay, apparently she's done with me for now. Huh. Most of these features will be enabled by default in the March 2024 optional coming later this month, with the public rollout beginning in April. Okay, so if if you're on the inside streams or the beta type channels for Windows, you're going to get all these updates. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until April to get all the cool hotness. So, all right, so let's see. The new end date is June 24th, 2025 for Windows 11 version 22H2. And the initial date communicated was February. Yeah, they added a year, I think, based on user feedback. The planned obsolescence is a pain in the ass because they can't move fast enough to, update systems like that. So let me see what else we got in this update. Let's see any patches. No issues documented for this release. Known issue, the preview might not install and stops responding at 96%. The error code is something did not go as planned, no need to worry on doing changes. Okay. Well, this doesn't tell us about any security issues that have happened. Maybe this is one of those rare times where they don't have any security issues in their Patch Tuesdays. No, I can't believe that either. Nope. Interesting. List of files provided in this update download the cumulative update. Oh, here's a CSV. Okay, well, let's see what they got here. Oh, wow. It's kind of cool. They show you all the files that have been affected by the patch. That's interesting. Okay, copy link. It's just a CSV. For me, it opened up in VS Code. So interesting. Well, I guess it's a good way of, figuring out where there might be potential vulnerabilities in Windows. If people haven't patched yet, you might go looking in, bth port.sys or bth usb.sys or something like that. Might give you a chance to look at some of the new drivers for the 80 gigabit, USB standards to see, what is available and what's not. Yeah, there's a lot of INF files, which is the initialization files or the configuration files for different drivers. Very good. HD audio bus.inf, HD audio bus.sys. There's a good number of files that's affected in here. I'm scrolling and wow, there's a not versioned. I guess you'd have to import the CSV, and then this might be a complete list of all of the files on Windows, and then it's like you can see which ones have been versioned or not versioned based on that. Because there's several here that are March. No, they're all March 2024. Maybe if they don't have a new version, then they're not updated. I don't know. Let me see. How do I turn that on? VS Code. Oh, where's VS Code? There we go. Man, my shit is really tiny. I don't understand what's going on with that. There we go. You can see the output there. These are just some of the files that have been hit. Different INI files, INI text files, MUI files, Windows Device Portal, Xbox Live Plugin.dll. At least 17,000 lines in here, so there's 17,000 files, and I'm not even halfway through the doc. So we have roughly, what, 42,771, the last one being com control 32.dll. There you go. So let me see what these different fields mean. Let's scroll back up to the top here. So it's file name, file version, date, time, file size. Okay, so file name, file version, date, time, file size. Okay, presumably in kilobytes, but I could be wrong. And he says, that is sweet. Man, I love asking questions like that. So I've been working on something at work, and it's one of those things where if the development team is, working on something, and they're doing things to the environment that causes alerts, and the team that is getting those alerts is issuing incident response tickets until somebody says, hey, is that team working on this? And then they're like, oh yeah, it is. And then they cancel the ticket. So I asked the question this morning. I was like, does your team ever notify people when doing this kind of stuff? You're generating, incident tickets when there's no real need to. I was like, maybe you send an email to the IR team and say, hey, we're going to be doing this for the next few hours. Don't worry about anything coming from this EC2, this instance that's going on, or what have you. So, because we work in a Amazon environment, so yeah, if the IR team sees those kinds of things, and they don't have to report on those initially. So I find that to be somewhat helpful. So somebody else thought so too. So we're trying to work up a process to disable those. It's fun to ask those kinds of questions, and people are like, oh, we just never thought of doing that before. So some vindication today. So all right, let me see what else is going on. Yeah, that's a ad for Qualys right there. Just yoink. Hamilton. Oh, is this is it in Canada? Oh, employees who work for the city of Hamilton aren't getting overtime pay amid the ransomware attack that lasted 2 weeks and disrupted access to central services. Ooh, that's going to cause a problem. Yeah, I would say if you've got hourly workers and you have an incident response, and those people are also your incident response people, I'm thinking you're going to have to kind of pay them. I'm thinking the local union is going to be coming back at you for that kind of stuff. So interesting stuff. Oh yeah, well that's to be expected. They said apparently United Healthcare is going to go talk to Congress about the recent hack that's going on. White House officials meeting Tuesday urged CEO to make more emergency funding available to healthcare providers affected by the hack at its tech unit. Yeah. Yeah, that one was particularly heinous. That one, that's unfortunate. That SAP vulnerability, Adobe, critical flaws, whatever. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So, tomorrow here at my house, I have we have a concrete pour, and I am going to be unable to leave my house for nearly 18 hours, because they're redoing all of the concrete on our house. So the sidewalk that leads up to the front door, the driveway where and then the sidewalk that goes around the side of the house. So all of our egress is completely blocked by wet cement. So we're going to have to shelter in place for all intents and purposes until that dries enough that we can walk on it or at least step over it to get out. So finally getting to the end of our remodeling of our house here that's taken us a year. So I'm looking forward to not seeing a completed backyard instead of a backyard that's completely under construction. So all right, well, you know what, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go back to our Rust stuff. Let me get everything set up here first before we go poke around in this. Okay, I did that. This is Hawking radiation, whatever. Okay. Nope. Did I? Okay, payment was successfully. Okay. Shut some things down. So Beta Wolf, while I'm looking this up, has suggested that the last Friday of every month for the BreakSec thing be a game night. Well, for all intents and purposes, where we spend a little bit of time playing games, not security related or what have you, kind of in the vein of the Peerless Gamer stuff that I'm doing online. And I'm not against it. I just wondered what everybody else thought of that. We wouldn't be, it's not games like Valorant and all those. It'd be like tabletop RP stuff, Dungeons and Dragons for those of you. But I'm running in my Peerless Gamer streams, Starforged Ironsworn, which is a different gaming system, as many of you know if you've watched previous streams. So what is this? Okay. I need to turn. Okay, yeah. Shut this. And Rust. Okay, so the Rust dock. Close that. And we're going into main RS. We're going to go into our target. Okay, and then the Rust dock. Rust programming language. Yes. Oh, no, that's not it. History. Let me see. Manage history. All right, so we have Rust. All right, Rust training, simple game. Harden Labs. Yeah, yes. I think that's it. Arden Labs. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right. Now, let me go back to my screen here, studio mode. Okay, I'm going to need a larger screen because that's just not going to work for me. Okay, so VS Code, make it pop up on the screen. There we go. Okay. Shrink that down a little bit so I can get it all on there. Okay. And then, yeah, we're right there. All right, there we go. Now, transition, haha. Okay, so we are continuing our little run through Rust on how to create a simple game. I pooched it. I know I did. To start, let me see, how far down did we get on this? Let's see. That's not it. State mod rs. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there we go. It's a little bigger now. Okay, so we got to, where did yeah, Rust programming simple games. So this is copy, put this in the chat. There we go. And then for our followers here. So what we were doing on Fridays, and since we won't be here on Friday in the official capacity, we'll be here interviewing, hopefully, cross fingers. We're doing some more learning how to do Rust. And are you back? All right, well, you get up here. Come on. There you go. And you got to sit down so that I can try to type around you as per our agreement. So we have, let's see, how far did we get down? I want to say we got down to, never did figure out why I couldn't get the documentation to work, but that's okay. I don't think we need it so much. We're going to, okay, we did this. There's our 5 through 12. All right, I think we got down to, what about 70? What? Okay. Nair. All right, so mute self, 61, B term, yep. Mutable, blib. Renders the screen. Oh. Meow. What? Meow. Okay, so CLS BG. Okay, so there. Okay, so we've got to here 24. Okay, because you see the B term CLS white. Okay, and then we see the. This is where we're drawing the game window, and we're going to paint the background white. You can see the ceiling POS or point of sale. What? What? Shh, you hush. You don't know Rust. You don't know Rust. And okay, so we've gotten down to that point. We got yellow and yellow for the foreground color. All right, now, seems like we're missing some lines. I'm not exactly sure how or why, but we're definitely missing some lines here because the lines, we should be on like line 82 according to this. But it's not showing, that's line 72, so it's like we're missing 10 lines somewhere. Either that or we've, modified some things as we're going along. Let me see, oh, keyboard handles. Do I have keyboard handles in here somewhere? Okay, I've got keyboard handles. I've added the blank. Yeah, we talked about that. Second parameters pointing to the window. Clears the entire window. All right, so I'm going to just continue on down right here. And then, so you're embarrassing me. You're making it look like I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's okay, Digital Word. Hey, hey, glad you can make it back. I'm doing some Rust. I was supposed to be doing an interview with the recruiter, but the recruiter's in New York recruiting. So yes, mine is she's very feisty. So that's not funny. You're a pain in the butt. Here, why don't you just lay down, sit down here, and we'll just continue on, and you can help me out. Yeah, she's feisty. She's always been kind of when we adopted her, the sign said, you know, Snowball, which is her original name, but we don't call her that. Very affectionate, and very was like capital Very, affectionate. And yeah, she's always been kind of like, I do what I want, and you know, adore me humans and that kind of thing. So it's okay. I love her. And so we got a draw box. Let me scroll that up here. Double. So we're going to draw double. Okay, and then we have another one here called game window width. Divide by 2. So ideally we're going to have whatever value in the game window width is going to be divided by 2 for maybe we're going to do like a mirror flip, but draw box double could be we're flipping the discussion the bit there. So X and then self box Y. You're gonna go down again? All right, I'll see you in a little bit. She'll be back. This is not the last time we've seen her. It's not the last you've seen of me. Oh, right. Jason's gonna be at B-Side Seattle. I didn't know that. Is he keynoting? Yeah, Jay Haddix is, I've been following him for a few years, so. Height. Now, I'm a little confused here on the Rust bit because they're referring box width the same, but they're giving them different versions here. There must be some way that they're going to delineate box width and box width, just like up here, box height, game window height is the same, and yellow is the background color. So they're doing something weird here with all the different attributes for rendering these things. Like, and now we have red, so a red, and then foreground FG color, and then red BG color. And then finish that off. So 91, which is 81. Yeah, we're still missing 10 lines somewhere. I'm just not sure where they're at. We'll find those out when we go to try to compile this thing and it doesn't work. So we'll see. Okay. All right, so the code in 26 draws the game box the player will maneuver in. The box is centered in the middle of the game window. Okay, so that makes sense. So the box inside the box is going to be set right in the middle of the middle, right? So this is like setting the initial positioning, maybe. So game window width is, I think we set that up here on top. So the window width is 80, right? So 80 divided by 2 is 40 minus 3, so 37. It's going to be starting at position 37, 37x, and then the y is going to be presumably whatever 0 is, right? Or whatever the base is for the bottom. Let me see, ceiling pause, there it is. So yeah, it's going to be 5, or yeah. it's going to be at the very bottom, so it'll be set whatever y is 0 or 1 maybe. So we'll see what that comes out to be. All right, so now we're going to start another line and match self box. Hey D Dubs, when is B-sides again? It's the end of this month. I forget. Okay. We got another one here. Oh, okay. Just my Pokemon Go. Yeah. Self dot box underscore y plus equals 1 if self box April 27th. Okay. So it's a month after San Diego's one, yeah. Yeah, if I could have made it for both. Actually, the April 27th, I'm supposed to be up in LA for a business, a work event. So, or I'll be coming back from that, I think. No, that's in June. Okay. Yeah, Dublin's in June. So, no, that's a Saturday. Yeah, I'd be wiped after that week. So, make it cheap though. I'd be able to fly right directly from LA to where I need to be, and it's only 2.5 hours. So, self box moving down. Hey, wouldn't it be great? Okay, so then we go down 1, 2, and then wait a minute. So wait. All right, so we've got this one here. Got that one there. All right, so we're closing that with this one, and we're closing that with this one. I'm sorry, we're closing that with this one, and that one with that one. Okay, all right, so oh wait, no, my bad. I'm the self box moving. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we have 1, 2. All right, so we go 1, 2, and then we go boink, and then moving up. And that. Make sure I didn't accidentally. Oh, yeah, okay. So I there we go. I was looking at the second bit here and not the first bit up top. So, and then I kind of mixed the lines. So it just shows you where my head's at right now. I'm starting to understand why developers have code snippets that they always go to, because it does save you time and effort, right? It's, you know, why code up the same if statement or, you know, whatever, if you know that, okay, I need the particular auth package. And I understand that's why we have modules now, because it's like, you know, hundreds of lines of code. You don't want to have to maintain that yourself. You can pull that down. Still, it's just, yeah, it's, I understand it's time saving and it's, you know, makes it easy, but it's just so easy to ruin your day when you're blindly trusting code that you didn't write. But you have different motivators. I got into that with somebody a couple days ago where they you know, they were like, you they should want to do this because it's it's something that's going to help the customer, and they should be wanting to help the customer. I'm like, yes, they probably do want to help the customer, but they don't want to do what we are suggesting them to do. They see, either I can put out this cool feature that a customer may like, or I can fix security issues. And it's like, which one do I want to do as a developer? Do I want to put out new features, or do I want to fix tech debt or security debt or what have you? One of these is going to make the product more attractive to somebody. One is going to not really be easily understandable by the customer. If you take 6 months to fix all the tech debt, then your product hasn't innovated in 6 months. Unless you can show how the security was innovative, which a lot of times we fail at. So they have an intro to C2 class for beginners. It sounds fun. Did you sign up for it there, D-Dubs? You want to do a workshop, but the shortest one is 4 hours. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty much what half the conference day. And if there's any talks you wanted to see, I don't think. Well, it's been a year since I went to B-Sides, but the last time they were talking, they were trying to figure out a way to record the talk. So I don't know if they actually went ahead and did that, or if they're making it a record. They're not recording any of the talks. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to record the talks at all. But yeah, I mean, the intro to C2 class would be great if there is, if it's worth you spending half your day sitting in that class. You'd miss a lot of talks. Exactly, you'd miss what. If they were 30 minutes long, you'd miss 8 talks potentially, 4 talks if they're an hour long. Workshop's $20. Oh, wow! Only $20 for the workshop. That is interesting. So, Digital Warhead, would you consider yourself a beginner at command and control, or I mean, the other thing is, like you say, it's for beginners. It's like, are you a beginner at it, just trying to learn it, or because the other thing would be worse is you're sitting in the class and you're like, oh wait, I know all this. Okay, I know all this already, and you really only get like maybe 30 minutes of content out of the whole class. I mean, if you think it would be worth the 4 hours, that'd be more than $20 worth of value, then yeah, have at it. And then just, send a strongly worded letter to the B-Sides folks and go, look, record the talks or something, There you go. Oh. Let's see what y'all got going on here. Cloud Forensics Workshop AI Edition. Okay. 7th iteration since the initial launch, B-Sides DC. Okay. Who's teaching the class? $20 plus admission ticket. 8 hours. Wow. Okay, so that forensic workshop is you go and you don't get anything other than the workshop. But excuse me. Oh, and you also have to bring your computer with you. Meow. Meow. Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah, that would be a long day for one class at, but, if you want to get into cloud forensics, that would be a great way of doing it. The AI edition, focuses on how AI and automation can assist. Purple teaming with detection as code for the modern SIM. They don't mention the names on people. I don't see that. And then the C2 class for beginners. There you go. Oh, speaking of AI, what was it? Twitter. Our good friend Mr. Douglas, McDouglas, Better Safety Net, has put out something having to do with, something called cognition, or no, concierge. That's it. I really would like to have him on the show to talk about this. He says, one of his basic tenets is AI should be safe, simple, and amazing. Okay. TLDR, the Data Concierge AI, aka Concierge, is an AI system that works only with the data you feed it. Your data, your prompts, everything are local to your instance. And he said it's a local and modular RAG, so red, amber, green framework, still in alpha, built with simplicity and security in mind, has features we love and hope you do too. Quick install, fast method, is only supported on Linux and Windows, Mac OS is in dev now. I haven't had a chance to play with it or look at it, but, and I don't want to say this, Mick Douglas wouldn't put out something that was garbage. I'll just say that, right? I'd almost be willing to stake whatever reputation I have on it, but he doesn't put out garbage. So if he thinks that there's something legitimate there, he's giving it away for free. So, and you know, you've got an easy way of taking data that, and he's doing it for, let's see, if you want GPU acceleration, Concierge does not require this, but it will make responses dramatically faster. You must have NVIDIA drivers correctly set up and running. Concierge will not install or make any adjustments to your driver config. So yeah, there's some PowerShell stuff involved in here. You can do manual setup if you'd like, if you're not in a Python environment. So go check it out. I'm going to see if he would like to come and talk to us in the near future about this and see what we can do with it. I'm a little confused. I mean, I've read some of the posts that he's had up here. This is a BS, real deal game change in LLM AI for regular folks. I'll give him $10,000 if he can get a startup going for that. So if it's easy enough. He's like, how you get Concierge to flip to these different modes? It's just a drop down available when you're in your prompt. So he's like, oh, here, I'll put these links in here, but copy link. So these are, you know, him discussing it on Twitter. So you can go and read some of these things. So he's like, in just answering questions it can use to sharpen a position. Here's the counterpoint of a task being used. So he's like, input firewalls will stop all attacks based on the following sources. So he uses, you know, NIST 800-53, and bless me, talking about, you know, it responds about, you know, when somebody tries to sell you the firewalls will stop all attacks, here's the rebuttal you can have to that. So in a way, it helps you with creating rebuttals for security issues that you may come up with during an engagement. But I think it does a little more than that. So yeah, see, he says, notice the concierge is replying with only 800 docs because it's the only document in the collection. The rebuttal style response is formulated from content only from that doc. So if you feed it all of the NIST docs and you feed it all the ISO docs, assuming you can afford them, it will go in and give you a fact check. It'll determine if a statement can be true or false based on the content it's been trained on. So again, only the stuff you train it on. One thing that does that others won't, it will outright tell you if it doesn't have the right info to address your question, and tells you how to fix the situation. This is a great thing. This doesn't talk about cookies. So he says, what's the best chocolate chip cookie? No sources were found for your query. Please refine your request to closer match the data in the database or ingest more data. So it's quite interesting. I looked at it and I would really like to see about getting him on and talking about this, but I think we're completely booked until the end of the month with guests, but I would love to have him on to talk about Concierge. And I'm assuming there's going to be more development going on as this gets word of mouth. But yeah, I would definitely take a look at that if you're wanting it I could definitely see it being used for reporting. Somebody asks you a question, auditors maybe, for compliance requirements, like you could put the PCI DSS document in there. You could put your NIST documents. You could put news articles, maybe, if you had them PDF'd up and it would scan and look through that, and might be something we could look at. Yeah, I gotta get Mick on. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, we've got the recruiter guy, Stuart, on Friday, hopefully. And on the 24th, we have Kevin Johnson, who's going to be keynoting B-Side San Diego. So I'm trying to space out our interviews and people who are coming on, but I don't think this will be the last we've heard of this. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on. I'll actually reach out to him tonight and see about getting him scheduled for the show. But yeah, concierge looks very, very interesting, especially if you're trying to, I don't want to say game changing. Nope, not even say game changing. I just think it will be helpful if you have trouble doing like formulating responses to questions that people have about things. If somebody's asking you about a compliance requirement, GDPR, you can put the GDPR requirements inside concierge and ask questions based on that. That's what it sounds like. So go take a look. It's I hope the license is not too restrictive, Apache 2.0. But yeah, there's go check that out and take a look. Anyway, so sorry to digress, but it was something that came up that I saw on Twitter this weekend, and I was like, wow, that's pretty damn cool. You should probably go check that out. Oh yeah, April 15th. So far, Josh Grossman has said yes. Josh Grossman will be on to talk about application security, big in the world of OWASP. So as you can see now, we've got interviews out to mid-April, and it's like, okay, where am I going to put this? So he's also teaching a class at Black Hat, which at some point I want to have Mr. Jay Beal back on to do some demo work with me on his leaky containers that he's doing. Probably will have a class as well at Black Hat. So yeah, at some point I'll have Jay back on as well. And then I've got travel stuff too, so it's a little complicated right now. I should have been in London this week if we'd actually had a proper agenda at work for some of the stuff that we're doing, and we'd had more of my team there than they weren't on vacation. So I'd have been in jolly old London, having watching you'd have been watching me do this on a small screen in a hotel room, hopefully in London where the Wi-Fi didn't suck. So yeah, all right, let's get back to where we were. All right, moving down, and then 2 of these down. And then moving not equals empty set. All right. There's a lot going on here. 106, 107, so we're on 96, and then, yeah, 97 is the end of that. As you can see, it's that, and then the yellow one is here that covers that one, and then the purple one is there, and then these two. So, yeah, okay, good. All right, so line 27 shows the final code for the program. Listing 27 is final code for the program. This code checks the position of the game box, changes its position depending on the direction it's moving. If the game box hits the ground is set to stop moving. Game box, the box is set to stop moving. If the game box hits the ceiling, the box is set to fall back down. Okay. Okay. We'll see. I don't expect this to run. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. We're going to save that. And let me go in here and make sure everything else has been saved. Okay. Actually, yeah, I don't expect this to run. The line numbers are off, which means either he's pulled some things out, or I have missed a whole block of code that I was supposed to have put in here. We shall see. New terminal. All right, so we're in Rust stuff. ls cd simple game cargo run. Nope. Nope, we still have that fucking font control thing going on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mm-hmm. 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 Package config allow system libs 1. Package config allow system C flags 1. Package config libs. Failed to run custom build command for servo font config sys. Apt update. Run all my updates here. This is what I probably get for trying to run Debian instead of Ubuntu. Okay. All right, everything's been updated. All right, so apt. Actually, let's run cargo run again. All right, so it says build failed, waiting for others to run with rust underscore backtrace one environment variable to display a backtrace. Okay. Oh. Nope, same shit. Package config path environment variable is not set. Or where was I supposed to put that in at? System library font config required by crate. Servo font config. Okay, so I'm sure some of you are yelling at me, Brian, it's right there in the error message. Why don't you go fucking look it up? So, all right. Oh, right. Yeah, digital warhead is a lot of things going on. So, all right. So, define the directory PC files. Look where the PC files are located. You would set this like this. So export. Okay. So echo package path. It's not set. Okay. All right, so we go which pkg cnfg. Nope. cd user lib ls pkg star. Oh, interesting. Interesting package config, huh? Bum 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Package config package in Debian. that's because it's hyphenated. Okay, it is installed. Oh, you know what? There it is. User bin. Okay. And according to our Lord and Savior ChatGPT, export package config path equals user lib package config. Okay. Go. All right, so that's set now. Okay, so cd user lib package config. Nothing in that directory, so it's still going to error out. You can try running the build process or executing the program again to see if the issue is resolved. If package config can now find the required libraries, the error should no longer exist. The libraries you need are installed in non-standard locations. You may need to add multiple directories to package config. All right. So PC files. All right. So find PC print. Okay, so we've got a bunch of foo, a lot of foo, expat. Oh, okay, so still searching for some files. And my watch died, so now I'm going to charge it up. Permission denied, permission denied, permission denied. A lot of permission denieds. Hey, infosec, how you doing? You didn't say you didn't say the magic. Oh my god. Oh. Well, welcome all the raiders to my happy little show. We're learning a little Rust here while we're poking along. I'm running up into some issues where, oh my hell. Hey, fix it. What's going on? Did not realize we had a ton of new followers here. Welcome to the Terror Dome, if you will. Or, you know, yeah. Welcome, Raisins. Welcome, Xiaodun 300, Cyber Enigma. Hype Train was just started in my channel. That's never happened before. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever had a hype channel before, so I'm troubleshooting some issues I'm having with a build I've got going on here for my game that I built in Rust. So, wow. Hello, Stoic, Live Step. Thank you, Casology for Mr. Max VX, Mischievous 404. Holy crap! Everybody's here. It's so much fun. And y'all are going to get to see me kind of thrash around a little bit, but if anybody has ideas on how to fix this, I'm well aware. So I'm coming up with a config package error. Hello, Ernest, Sincere, Maldiction, Trusty Ape. Thank you all for coming. Hey, Mischievous, how you doing? Simple game. So I'm running this in the WSL version of Debian on my Windows 11 box. I run cargo run, which is what you're supposed to run to be able to compile something, and I'm getting all kinds of error messages here on my system. I feel that, yeah, see, it says process didn't exit successfully, the build script didn't work, failed to run custom build for this. And so in addition to that, we were talking about a tool. Thank you, A-Bit Boy. Thank you, Ernest Sincere. Yeah. Holy cow, we're just we're getting crazy here. So thank you all for the follows. Thank you all for the support and the potential hype train, which never happens. Server parts, thank you so much. Appreciate the support and the love from Al Hazard as well. Give a shout out to Al Hazard here. Appreciate him for coming and joining us. Holy crap! I do have a hype train that never has happened before. So, but yeah. So it says try setting the package path to contain it wherever font PC config is. All right. So I will go and search for that file as well. Find name font config.pc print. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sudo. Font config.pc doesn't exist on this box. I am betting that that is the case. Nope. Font config.pc. Nope, everything is perms denied, perms denied, perms denied. Yo, look at all that. Anybody in San Diego? Any other new folks? Give us a shout out where you're at, because I live in San Diego. I'm going to be B-side San Diego in a couple weeks. Digital Warhead, one of our longtime listeners, is going to be at B-side Seattle next month. I used to go to that one. Both are really good conferences. I've been to both of them. You can go check those out online. I am not finding anything that I need. It's not finding fontconfig.pc. I hope to God it exists. Fontconfig.pc location Debian. It's not in user lib. Yeah, where is? I cannot help you. You'll need to install lib fontconfig 1-dev. Oh, okay. Well, if it's that easy. Lib fontconfig 1-dev. Ha! Huzzah! Look at that. Oh man, is that all it took? Oh, look at. Oh, look, it's all the good luck from all y'all's folks. Look at that, man. Dang. Fantastic. Yeah, it's Cybot you that well, it's a different error message this time, so that's better. Okay, so in mod rs, state contains all game and logic expected item. For a full list of items that can appear in modules, cannot find in state. Okay, well that's easier. That's a lot better. Hey, fix it. No worries. Go and get yourself a good night's sleep. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks Al Hazard for the raid. Copy, shout out. There we go. Shout out to Al Hazard, of course. Good people. Good people. There we go. Okay, so maybe it's the zeros. Oh, I must have put that typo in at some point in the past. So this is the second week we've been on this. So let me save that and give that another shot. Okay, well that's good. Something definitely changed here. Wow. Okay, so there is a expected one of bang or dot on line 64. Okay. Fix it. Hey, yeah, shout out to Fix It. Fix It 42. There you go. Oh, I have to wait a minute and 8 seconds. Well, Digital, give a shout out to Digital. Well, we'll give it a minute and 8 seconds, and I'll hit that button again, and we'll shout out to Fix It 42 as well. Go check out Fix It as well. So that way we can give everybody a bit of love today. I'm feeling the love. Actually didn't expect to have this many people on, but yeah, if you're in the Seattle or San Diego area, or if you've been to any conferences recently that were any good, let us know so that way we can spread the word about local B-sides or local conference you've been at. All right, we need to go to line 64. Line 64 here. Draw B-term, draw horizontal bar. All right, so according to this, and we're just so everybody can follow along, we're just creating a nice simple game in this system. So where's line 64 at? All right, so line 64, B-term, bar underscore. Did I spell horizontal wrong or something? What happened here? It's expecting one of bang or colon. All right. Not exactly sure why that's the case. 0, ceiling pause. Okay, we close that. Okay, I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, wait. Okay, so B term is mentioned up here. B term is mentioned there. At mute, blib, yes, BT term. Okay, so func render. All right. Cannot find type BT term in this scope. Okay. On line 48. All right, so let's go back to 48. And let's go to line 48 that was on here as well. Oh, okay, so that was a capitalization issue. All right, so let's not do that. Let's control S. There we go. Line 64 is outside the function. Oh yeah, good point. Well, actually, I thought it was included in a function up top, but yeah, you're probably right. The way that, like most tutorials that I found that try to teach you coding, they assume a lot, right? And for me, it's like lowest common denominator that they should probably not be doing that. There we go. All right, give another shout out there. All right, so yeah, to your point, you're correct. Let me see. Okay, so yeah. So I want to get rid of this, but I don't know where that ends up being. So I have to figure out where that ends at. And I have a feeling that that's going to cause me some problems. Oh, that's going to cause me some problems later on, I think. Because the numbers aren't, the number lines aren't lining up, so I don't know if it's, where's line 63 at, right? And if I do that, that's a little weird, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, well that's a little better, probably. Oh, 53. Okay, so that's a message there. Okay, close that. Try it one more time. All right. Now we're in the debugging phase for everybody. All right, so cargo run, implied state, undisclosed delimiter, could not compile due to previous error. Okay. Hey, JRC 2313, welcome. Appreciate you. Block is empty. You might not have been meant to close it. Could not compile due to one previous error. Well, what is that previous error? This file contains an unclosed delimiter. Okay, so level or line 46, implied state. Okay, so we have. Okay, so we don't have a red one here. So guessing we can do this. Well, it matches everything, right? So there we go. There we go. And then these are empty, and this is one, and this is one. Okay. All right, so nope. Okay, so we've got one more here. Good God. Okay, so I did that, and now we've got a whole bunch of other shit now. Okay. Yeah, there's I'm feeling like there's some stuff missing in the file here. So, welcome to everybody coming in. Thank you for the hype train. I got a level 1 hype train, so that was fantastic. Don't get hype trains all that much, even though I didn't get any bits or any subs, but that's cool. Just the fact that I got one at all is kind of cool. So, all right, let's see if I can move this over a little bit and give myself a little more breathing room here with regard to this. All right, so we have on line 92, while parsing this struct, expected identifier found keyword. Okay. So the code that had that is right here. Match ceiling collision. Okay, so 92 is the, all right. Make sure I've got all my stuff sitting in place. Okay, so self box, expected identifier found keyword. Well, yeah, that's what it told me to put, right? Oh, wait. Okay, so yeah, self box. Whoa. Okay, so I have two lines here. Wait. Okay, so the moving up part, self box Y. Oh man, boy, I just pooched that, didn't I? Okay, so -1, or no, minus equals 1, semicolon. Boy, I don't know what I was talking to somebody, and I think we got a little divergence there. So, and then there's an if statement under that. If self box Y floor, nope. Okay, if self box Y floor collision, okay, if self box minus or equal to 1, and then okay. All right, self box 1, floor collision, moving not, box underscore moving, okay. And then the up is minus equals 1, if self box Y ceiling collision, self box moving down. Okay, so that's got added. All right, so hey, the lines are getting smaller. Unexpected closing delimiter on 101. All right, so it's not expecting this. Okay. Somehow that doesn't seem right to me. Okay, well, save. Nope. Okay, not semantically valid as a function parameter. All right, line 62. Why is it? Well, okay. Yes, line 62. And then where was that line code at in this? Let's see. Render takes the current game state and renders the screen. All right, func render mut self bterm colon mut blib b bt term. Okay. Well, I don't know how to help you there. That one's associated functions are those implied or trait functions. Okay, and then line 41, which may shed some light on why number 62 is happening. I don't know why we're going backwards here. Method not found in at mute state. So that's on line 41. Self-render. Here we go. Self-render. B term. Spelled render, right? B term, colon, okay. Is there anything else? Anything else? Line 62, 41, and 62. So, use of undeclared crate or module blib. Okay, let's go back over here. MSAC, yeah, extra, yeah. Remove the one at 59. Okay, and then add it at the end of the file. Okay. Yeah, I thought something was a bit squirrely there. As I keep going through these code tutorials, I realize it is very, very hard to actually write something for, you know, the level 99 person, you know, type learning things. You know, when you get to the 101 or the 201 level, you know, you run into a bunch of issues. But all right, so I'm not saying that that's going to fix any of the other error messages that we had, but we'll see. Nope, but it's that much shorter. All right, now I need to figure out where blib is coming from. Blib. Yeah, see, that's the only time that that's mentioned anywhere in this website. Blib. It's not mentioned anywhere else in here. At all. And I'm not exactly sure why. I think you may have spelled Bill wrong or something. I don't know. Well, you know, this code is in, where is it? GitHub. So let's go look at the GitHub links. I'm gonna have to drop out here in the next few minutes. So source, we'll go to modrs. Okay, so let me see, where's the error message we're getting on line 62? All right, so, okay, so line 62 is the render takes the current game state. Okay. And on line 62, well, that doesn't fit. Okay. Could I have just gotten that wrong at some point? I'm more than willing to believe I did. Maybe I typed that in. It was a bad typing somewhere. So, all right. Well, let's remove that because it's not mentioned anywhere in here. Well, let me go blib b. Okay, yeah, no. Lib b. Yeah, blib b is not mentioned anywhere in here. So I'm not sure why that ended up in the original code. Gravy. All right, so line 62, mute self, bt term, mute. Get rid of that. Save. Oh, hey, that's way better. Okay, I'm fine with that. Wayland status. Okay. Well, thread panicked. Shit. Run with Rust backtrace environment variable to display a backtrace. Well, it panicked because I'm guessing there's no backend Wayland status. So, That would require me to have some kind of X Windows set up for this, but I don't have it. So cool. Well, I'm glad that actually worked. So that's thank you, Magic Methodesia. Thank you for following. Appreciate that. So for all intents and purposes, it did build. It just did not display because there's no Wayland or desktop environment. Wayland is the replacement for the traditional x.org that has been around since, well, before I was even born. So let me see. Set up Wayland WSL. Yeah, all that should be set up and running. So enabling Wayland for future. Yeah. I've already set up all this stuff. I had to when I was trying to learn how to build Rust in an OS. I actually had that all set up. All right, let's see what's going on here. Nope. WSL, sorry, I'm in the other terminal because I'm just typing out a couple of these commands. Okay, I need to... Okay, let me see, command prompt, no. PowerShell, run as admin. Okay, so WSL... This to be. All right, so they're all running, including my Docker desktops, which I was playing around with the other day. Updating WSLG. Okay, sudo. Oh, you know what? I bet I haven't installed. I bet I not. You know what? Yes, that's probably what it is. All right, so list of available packages. Let's install something that requires a graphics backend because I haven't done that. So let's install good old-timey GIMP. Bring out the GIMP. So it's going to ask and install all of the WSLG stuff. Bring on the GIMP. So we're going to do that. Thank you all for your patience. Thank God for a fast internet connection. So see if that makes any difference. No. Failed to initialize Wayland status. Okay. There's got to be an error message here for this. Okay. And go and pull that up. Weird bevy error, Wayland status. Okay. Has anyone done game dev with it? Yes. Okay. So here's somebody did this. Okay. Cargo toml. Dependencies, features, Wayland. Okay. Well, I'm not running Bevy, which is a game engine that runs in Rust, but the dependencies are that it features Wayland in there. Okay. So that is not what I needed. Anybody ran Wayland in WSL? Like, let me see. That's it. See if all right, so error message you're encountering indicates an issue related to X Windows display. Okay. Check X11 server status. I can't guarantee that's actually going to work. Set XDG runtime dir. Okay. X11 forwarding. Sure, display environment is set. Okay. Export display equals. If anybody's run up against this before, I am all and more than willing to listen to instruction. All right. Nope. Okay, good. Failed to initialize any backend. Let me add that to the error message as well. See if it comes up with anything different. Yes. Okay, XDG runtime. All right, export XDG runtime dir equals run user. I don't know my UID is in WSL. 1,000. Okay. Duh. Okay. Duh. Export xdg runtime dir run user, and I don't know if this will actually work with. Okay, and then I don't know if this will work. WSL is Linux, but it's not. Nope. All right, well, let's try running it with a Rust backtrace equals 1. Panicked at home registry source crates w init source platform mod rs 7. God damn, that's a big file. What is that? W init. Wait, is that a KP term state new cargo toml? Where's my cargo toml? Wonder if I have to put Wayland in here as a dependency. Interesting. I don't think your on-screen notifications are working. Oh, wait a minute. On-screen notifications? It is. So digital warhead, my understanding is what's supposed to happen is when I run cargo run, the game is supposed to start. But Wayland, or the X Windows desktop for this, is not working. I had it set up in Ubuntu whenever we were futzing around with QEMU and everything, trying to get that to work. QEMU X Windows. No, that's not gonna work. Interesting. Close that window real quick. And failed to initialize backend Wayland status, no compositor listening, X open display failed. All right, let's check that error message. Can't get first hello to run. Okay, well, that's easy enough. Worst comes to worst, I'll also check the GitHub that the code is in to see if there's cargo toml has something specific for that. Yes, bracket features cross term curses failed with this. Eventually discovered. Oh, somebody actually replied to their own question, hopefully with an answer that works. Eventually discovered I can get it to work by locking bracket lib cross term. Okay, well, that's not exact. That's not what I needed, but let's go back and look at their simple game. Let's see. Let's look at their cargo toml to see what they've got in there. Bracket. They have bracket lib. Do I have bracket lib in mine? I have bracket lib 087. They're using. Huh. Doink. Like your. Oh, Twitch follows bits and subs. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I also don't have my earbuds in, so I do apologize if I'm getting bits and subs and what have yous. My notifications are probably shot to hell. I get them so rarely, so it's kind of a big deal when they do happen. But yeah, if you are Twitch follows and bits, then you know, I think I may have had them buried underneath a bunch of sources as well. Mine is not a Twitch stream that gets followed all that often. The fact that I have as many people as I've had and are still have them is quite impressive. So, and I thank all of you for just sitting here and following along and watching me. So, okay, so I'm going to match what they have in their cargo toml as well, so that way we can be one big happy same family when I go in and look. So main RS, let's Let's make sure everything matches main RS. Okay, so bracket lib, main loop, BT, term builder, mod state, func main, BT, builder, 8050 with title, hello bracket world. Result, BT term, let underscore equal main underscore loop, BT term state new. Okay. Okay. Print land question mark. Okay, good. All right, so everything seems to be the same there. This is the great unknown for me right here, this one. Making sure that everything is the same. Probably all the white space that I put in, making the lines not the numbers not match up with what was in the screen. So, all right. Yep, still got an error message. Let's see what the. At least I'm not getting errors because I screwed something up there. Wayland status, no compositor listening. Let's go back to. See what. Oh no, there we go. Yes. Wayland status. Okay. If you're intending to use Wayland, ensure compositor is happening. I did the export 0. Do it again, I guess. There we go. Sure that the user running the application has the necessary permissions to access the display server. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Don't think I have to run sudo cargo run, but I don't think that'll work even if it did. Yeah. How would I check that? Interesting. Okay, so ensure your display settings are correct and is running set display typical. WSL user permissions Wayland. No. WSL fixed file permissions. I may just have to. That's probably not helpful. Vulkan, okay. Nope, that's probably not helpful. There we go. Okay, so WSL install, WSL update, yeah. Okay, sudo apt update. I've done all that. Install GIMP, yeah. Nautilus, yeah. X11 apps, fine. Install, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't tell me how to run it. It just says you're gonna run a bunch of freaking. Can I run GIMP? Cannot open display. I'm wondering, what if it was a different display? Nope. Well, shit. Apologies for the harsh language. Install support. So I've, man, I don't need the. I have Windows 11 with the latest version on here. Driver, this enable you to virtual GPUs so you can benefit. I've already installed all of this stuff. Fresh install, no prior installation. More throw check. Install Linux on Windows. I've already done all that, obviously. Okay. It's the same document I was just on, so. Username. Oh. Hey, look at you. All right. Echo display. All right, so I want to put that back to 0 because that's what it suggested. So we go. Well, I mean, I just set it to echo display 1, so that's cool. All right, so X servers create their X socket under X11 temp. All right, ls-la temp. What I should have done was left my Ubuntu system up in, in here, which already had everything running. Cannot access no such file or directory. Oh, well, that's interesting. This directory must exist and be linked to mount WSLG, where WSLG's built-in X server can create a socket. Okay, so what we need to do, you can manually create it to try things out. All right, ln-s mnt ws x11 unix, and then temp x11 unix. Okay, is your X server running? So go ls temp x. There's a file, but that's not what I wanted. X0, please don't open an issue. Can you verify is running above? So cat mnt. I don't have a WSLG running. What the hell happened there? It must have been when I killed my Ubuntu instance back in the day. Shit. All right, I'll have to reset all that up. So, folks, I love that all of you are here. I've never had this many people here by myself without a guest or anything like that. It was supposed to be an interview with a recruiter, which we'll have hopefully on Friday. You can come back then, 3 o'clock Pacific time, and check that out if you'd like. Thank you to everybody who has followed. There's so damn many from Al Hazard. Al Hazard's a good person. Love Al Hazard. I'm gonna have to buy him an adult beverage at some point in the future, but I would be remiss if I didn't help pay it forward. So let's go see who's online right now. Maybe we can give some love. Ooh, Sid Heresy. There we go. Let's all. Sid Heresy's another good person, and he does a lot of cool stuff. So we're gonna go ahead raid Sid Heresy, and what I'll do is I will troubleshoot this WSLG issue. If it's just that I need to reinstall the Wayland stuff, and I've butchered it somehow, I may end up having to install Ubuntu because it seemed to be a little easier there, but I'll do that. And we can all follow Sid Heresy and go check out and see what he's doing. But yeah, thank you all so much. Appreciate your patronage, and hope you all have a good rest of your day and rest of your evening and rest of your week. Okay? Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye.